Ladies and gentlemen, we are back in World of Warcraft, and as I said in the last kind of video, I say kind of video, it was a video, I said we would continue with the class hall event of the monk, which has led me to Stormheim, and we are going to complete the quest, the Iron Fist. I have no clue what this is to do with. All I know is that we are going to a location to assist with the Order of the Monk. So, looking at this, we're near the Halls of Valor, and our friend is here. Whoever it is. Angus Ironfist. Major guy was busy. Anyway, I managed to escape from these foul drinking dirt kickers across the road, but our own are still in trouble. The Legion of Worms are going to sacrifice prisoners for their souls. Okay, we don't have time to wait for reinforcement. They're sacrificing prisoners now. Every minute we wait here, jabbering is another life on the line. Precious success, my friend Silara is being held captive in the camp just across the road. We need to free her, she'll be a valuable ally. So, off we go. Oh. So we're not crossing the road yet, we're staying here. Alright, fair enough. Now if I remember correctly, this was used in the Hall of Valor for the Legion's kind of massive push. Now of course I am still Mistweaver, so my DPS and rotation is boring as sin. But here we go. Now I mentioned it slightly in my I didn't mention it at all. I have the UI, of course it looks very different. This is the UI setup used by Preach, or Preach Gaming on YouTube. And currently it is my preferred choice of UI. I mean, the normal one is perfectly fine, but I like to have a little bit less of the couple more bars active because I like to use some extra action buttons. However, all of my healing spells are macroed to be on mouse over. Now, do I need a key? I need a key. You're a blood elf. Not blood elf, a night elf. Okay, fair enough. Don't really like the Alliance too much anymore. I used to play the Alliance a lot, but now, lore-wise, since certain things have happened, in Stormheim, I'm not the biggest fan of them. But, there we go. So, I'm guessing this guy, the guy who is... I think he's the prison guard for all of this. Rob has the key, so let's just heal up quickly. Pop renew. Of course, another Crycle was a fight. So I have no idea what this is all going to entail. This is all brand new to me. But by the sounds of it, it will probably lead to another character for the class hall. If not, possibly an upgrade for the staff, as there are 3 rune slots for it. We only have 2 unlocked. So maybe it'll be one or the other. So there's the key. I'm going to use my artifact power, which is just a large scale. It's a heal depending on how many of the clouds of Shaylin are left around. Which I've still not worked out what really triggers them. I think it's damage just in general, either taken or... I think it's more damage I've done and it starts leaving clouds behind, but I'm not 100% sure. I haven't looked into it too much yet. But I know it's better to leave, if you want to do a large scale heal, leave it for max out at 12 rather than just spam heal it when it's on 2, because when you're doing that, you're more like, it's better to use Vivify.
Thank you.
Oh, you talk. Oh. So let's quickly solve this one. Oh, a drop of a plate. Not useful, because we do not have a plate. Quickly get past this, because otherwise we're just going to keep getting ransacked by servants of Skov, or Skove. Oh, blue. It is an inscription. I'll take it. It's probably not worth anything, so there we go. Right, let's hand in this quest. Did it. Train monks. Most of the prisoners being held in the main camp at the gates of Valor are people being beaten and tortured, and worse still, right for them to be if we don't. Find the cages within the main camp and free as many monks as you can. I'll be right beside you, knocking heads and taking names. Oh, 0 to hero. If I ever ask you, my good friend Hero somewhere inside the main camp. One problem is the gates are swimming with the biggest baddest. So steal a storm brew and then save Hero, and Solara kill 16 Legion defenders. So this kind of feels just like a standard quest hub type of thing. Of you've done one tiny thing and now you're doing a ton of stuff in the same area. Which seems weird because I don't think I had access. Oh no, I probably would have had access to it if I had finished off my quest, my supplies earlier, so probably would have been handy. But there we go, I decided against doing it. Damage taken reduced and critical strike chance. Oh, very nice. So we're looking to can't see how it's going to run off unless someone debuffs you, because that's a 30-minute cooldown. I mean, even now at 110, that's not going to go down at all. And the bonus of having 2 people here fighting with you, it's just going to make this thing so much easier. I have to wonder what the rewards are, because normally every single one of these massive quest hall things gives you a really cool bonus, normally to your class hall. So one of them was involved with getting access to more followers, another one can be, I think another one was to get bonuses so for your missions. However, my current timer on, I think it's on the research of my class hall, is taking something like 7 days, and same from my artifact research, which is once you can research the full history, and I believe gives you artifact power. Oh, I'm not gonna die. We're all good. I have noticed in dungeons as well. I've only been healer. While mana consumption is pretty high sometimes on the monk, as long as you're smart with it, you can kind of keep going as a constant now. Let me guess, heroes on that side and tortured prisoners are over here. So, let's have a wander across to see Hero. Looking at it, he's going to be on the top floor. So up here. You'd think, because we all constantly walk through there and there is an allied dragon, there would be no problem, but apparently this place is still swarming with Legion. Now I haven't mentioned that in my last one of my thoughts on Legion, of what I think about world questing and how it keeps giving you items and new stuff to do. Well, today was the first time I saw the Kirin Tor world quests, and it actually changed my opinion upon the world quests, because at one point I thought it was just you go out, you kill a rare mob, or you just kill it for himself, and that's as far as it would go. But after seeing the Kirin Tor and the my personal profession ones of you have to go to a location and craft, my ideas about it have changed quite dramatically. For example, with the Kirin Tor ones, you're actually doing some fun little activities. One of them being in Asuna, they have you one of them is, no, that one is, you fly around with bubbles to try and find a unique item on top of a building that you wouldn't be able to reach normally, as we don't have flying. Which to most people is an absolute pain. Personally, I like the fact we don't have flying. It's only problematic for a couple of the zones. It's one of them, I think it's High Mountain, is a massive problem. Mainly because it's just, as the name suggests, a high mountain. It's hard to navigate through it when you can. Oh, really? You can jump over this? Alright. It's hard to navigate through it because of the fact that it's just a mountainous region. It's... I'm trying to think of what's similar to it. It's very similar to Eerie Peak. Only a little... well, no, Eerie Peak's pretty... Storm Peak, that was the one from Wrath of the Lich King. It's very similar to that before you got flying, so back when you started out. It's an absolute pain. But, of course, it's still manageable. I'm going to aggro so much stuff from here. Apparently not. All busy fighting that... oh no, there we go. There's one. Now, this is something that I find a little bit interesting, is that the map's not as friendly as it used to be for using 102. Oh, it's me. So of course the other characteristic thing with the levelling areas in this is doing any order you want. So for me, Stormheim was the first one. Other people could be the last one. I think my last one was High Mountain, so it's quite a nice thing to know that you can choose between which ones you kind of want to do. And the levels, this content scales with you, so you could still be in an area with level 102s, and you'd be at level 109, and the content will still give you experience.
Hero, hey hero, are you alright, mate? Hey, look, the door open!
That's a new mod. I have never seen the Soul Gazer. Wow, that thing's creepy as sin. Reminds me of a D&D dungeon. Watcher. Just nothing but tentacles and eyes. I have to admit, that's one of the creepier new Legion members. I'm not too sure about how much utilization they're going to use it, because that is a... oh, IB. Oh my god. That's powerful. Oh, down I go. Okay. Now, there's a problem point. It is graveyards. The graveyards on this are in ridiculous places. So, for example, my graveyard, the graveyard I ended up was here, which is on foot miles away. And I don't think I've never been. I have been here. What am I talking about? I've never had to trap. Hang on. Oh. Oh shit. Right. So, we will quickly pause while I get back to my body. Right, we're back after an obnoxious amount of time spent trying to get around. Because this is on a high ledge, it essentially meant I had to walk all the way around. Don't spirit performance. Let's go back to the Wandering Isle. Return. Are you serious? I was right at the end when I died. So, according to this, return to the Wandering Isle. So we will use the pilgrimage and go there. Oh, dear me. So I don't know if that mob's supposed to give you anything or not. Pass. But that was certainly interesting. So I'm wondering what they will offer upon return, as I'm not too sure how much more we can have. To be honest, I know we can have a third rune slot. have Light's Heart, which was from something else. Okay. So we are back, kind of, as it loads. For some reason, my temple decides my class will decide to take a while. There we go. So what's he got to say? Brick by brick. Fantastic. Not only have you disrupted the Legion's plan, but you saved the lives of numerous people. Additionally, you rescued 3 of the greatest monks we've trained in recent history. We are indebted to you. So I've gotten the Grand Master's cuffs. Very nice. Great glory of 1,000 artifact power and 1.5k order resources. So this must have been an end game piece of content. So I did it at the right time then. Class all braces earned. Fantastic. Now that's something I didn't. Let's pop them on. So that is a huge upgrade from the things I created. And our item level is 794. That's still pretty low. As the content for Mythic Dungeons is 8 to 20 minimum, and raiding looks to be somewhere between 840 and 850, as 840 is the highest you can get. So that was the Rite of Iron, and we have quests. Now, are these going to be actual quests, or are these going to be recruit the characters? So we have Hero Recruited, Angus, and Silra. Now, I cannot recall. I believe there is some stuff tied to this. Now, an interesting part of the items we just received, which is the wrists, which are the Grand Master's cuff, is a full set of gear available. You can actually see them as soon as you get to your class hall. From, in the case of the monks, Kadori Brightstar, purveyor of rare goods.
Your gold is welcome here.
So as you can see, she is here. Let's quickly sell some of the goodies we got before. Don't need this. We'll keep that. Another weave bag. Oh yes, because I believe it was the Hemet Nessingworry quest allows you to get how big a bag was it? It was a 26 slot bag. So it's pretty nice. It's not as big as, of course, as the Hex Weaves, which are the Legion works, but a free 26 slot, you can sniff at that. So let's look. So once you hit 110, you automatically get the Grandmaster Crown, and then cuffs come from, and then each one's done by doing certain achievements. So for example, gaining Honoured with the Nightfalling gives you the hands. Defeat the final boss of 8 different Legion dungeons on any difficulty gives you the legs. Complete your class order campaign gives you the chest, so that one's going to be pretty tough. Revered with 2 Broken Isle reputations. I can see that being pretty tough. Again, it's 840, so that's not surprising. Most of these are actually going up with level, so most of them are 820. Collect 100,000 artifact power for the waist. And the shoulder guards are Nightfalling Exalted. Of course, when you've got them, you can upgrade a PC order whole class from 8 to 10 to 820. And you can do 820 to 830. And the final one is, if you're honoured, 830 to 840. So by the end of it, you can upgrade all of it to 840. And in some ways, this is, if you can do all the achievements related to them, it'll probably be the best gear in your spec until raiding, because of your set bonuses. So for the case of the monk, force a bonus, while you are below 35% health, you take 50% reduced damage in outdoor Broken Isle zones. Very, very good for world quests, but I don't know if Animal Nightmare would classify as being outdoor, so might not be. The raiding content gear will be able to easily out-level this. 6 set bonus is intellect increased by 500. Now that is purely for Mistweaver, because Mistweavers use intellect, while Brewmaster and Windwalkers use agility, so that will probably change over from intellect to agility for 500. And your 8th set is Tiger Palm and a Fuse have a chance to increase your critical strike by 2000. Now this is an interesting one, that Mistweavers actually use crit quite a bit. Now, the two in question abilities are your low cost, efficient spell of Fuse, of fast and efficient, which does a fair amount of healing. Not as much as Vivify, but it doesn't cost as much, it costs about half as much. And Tiger Palm is your essentially the main breadwinner for your DPS rotation when you are using DPS. Now, of course, these are going to be tough to get hold of, but I will probably keep update videos as I'm going to try and get all of the 8 pieces. Now, but first, actually, what we're going to do is I have 2 pieces. I'm going to buy 2 of the Grandmaster's lesser armor kits. Cost me 1,000 of my resources, which are up there. So I have 3,000 left? No, 5,000 left. I cannot read today. So what we'll do now is open it up, pop on this, so my head becomes 820, and my wrists become 820. So I'm at 796. My boots are really dragging me. Well, my boots and my rings are really dragging me down. Now, would I do it again for the 2k? No, not right now. I don't have enough, but we will pop the Greater Glory of the Order for that lovely 1k bonus. So I believe we are now at 5,000 artifact power, and I still need 6,840. So about 1,300 off before I can actually do anything with my artifact power. Anyway, that is everything for this class hall quest today. If you enjoyed this, leave a like and comment below of what you want to see next. And until next time, guys, keep busy.